All right, guys, we're here. We are unmuted. Jeffrey, you okay with that volume?
You sound great. You sound perfect. Radio.
Uh, all right. We have a new show coming out this Friday. And if I am correct, it is with Thor, the world's strongest man, the first guy to deadlift a 500 kilos. And again, I'm getting so lucky with these guys. I haven't had one bad interview, one individual that didn't disappoint. And I didn't learn some tremendous things from. And again, it goes right back to, and I don't know if we put this video, Machiavelli, we did put the video up. I bypass the physique or what they've accomplished, and I really try to dive into what these people's mindsets are like, and they just don't disappoint the way they think. And it's cool because it just reminds me of the individuals I've gone on this path with the last 40 years of my life. They all really think in a very strong, positive, I can make something great out of my life kind of attitude. And it's cool to see that. And it's really cool to see that. Because also, you got to remember that as I was around these greatest powerlifters, there were kids my age that went on to, because like Teenage Nationals, I was there, and powerlifting champion, I was there as a teenager. And I was also, as a teenager, all state and all American in football. And so I saw all these kids that were at that level, the pinnacle level. And then I saw them continue through life, and I saw some make it to the most advanced level of their chosen profession, and I've seen others fall off. And I kind of go back to, and I try to pinpoint that crossroad in that individual. Why did this guy continue to be great and continue forward, where this guy who had all the potential in the world, and he hit there for a moment and then just faded out? And it kind of just always goes back to that incredible mindset for these people. And so, not saying people don't crash and then build themselves back up again. I'm not saying that, but they're the ones that just continue to push and get knocked down and get back up and get knocked down and back up. And that's why I think I freaking love Stallone. Sylvester Stallone. Both Frank is great too. But Sylvester has a gift to write his true passion and write real life stuff for me. And like with Rocky and that whole scenario with him talking to his kid, it's about not how hard you hit, but it's how hard you can get hit and keep going up, keep stepping forward, get back up. And that's such a true story, mostly coming from, again, somebody I respect and that could have cashed out early and made some money. And he said, no, I'm putting everything on me. I'm betting the house on me that I'll succeed. And man, has he. For a lifetime. So those kind of guys are pretty amazing to me. And so make sure to watch the show this Friday on Generation Iron, and then we'll get those over on the Mike O'Hearn channel as well. That being said, numbers for your blood work. We're doing a lot of reading and going over and consultations with people that have done their blood work. And we're trying to make sure that we're getting them, first of all, relaxed and understand what the numbers mean, what the blood work says. And that's also really cool for me to learn this process to really understand what each of those numbers and those gauges really mean to the individual. And how can we make everybody even that much healthier? Because looking healthy visually is one thing, but being healthy visually and internally is something else. And it's such a cool thing. And so that's going to be the big push this next couple of years for all of us. And what I have found is obviously it's an easy one with age. As you age, numbers look worse and worse, and that's life, and that's how we go. But we'll fight against it and push against it and keep doing the best we can to make sure that we're as healthy as we possibly can and keep doing our thing. But I'm finding out, man, you kids, man, those numbers are messed up. Um, and so it's really not an age thing, it's a person thing. And everybody's so different. I'm seeing these 20 and 30-year-old kids with numbers that aren't pretty. And you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that just looking at him. You would think, don't worry about it. He's 27 years old. Of course, his numbers are good. He's fine. And then you look at the numbers, and you're like, oh wow, no, this number's off. This is off. This is off. You could do better here, here, and here. So it's really interesting to see that it's not an age thing. And I guess that was my ignorance of assuming everybody's okay until you get older, and that's not true. Um, as harsh as let's be realistic. I wake up and I see, and I'm trying to figure out. And if anybody knows how to do this, let me know. How do you turn off the news feed on your Facebook page? Because sometimes I get caught looking at that, and it's absolutely crushing to my soul, because I get on there first thing in the morning and I see 28-year-old dies, 31-year-old dies of natural causes or this or that. And it's like, wait a minute, what? So it's crushing. But again, I'm saying that because of the fact that no matter how old we are, we should check to see what's going on inside the bodies and take care of it. Do not wait until you're 35, 45, 55 to do that. And then when you do the numbers, and I had a talk with somebody yesterday, and the numbers aren't perfect. We're going to get them there. But it was the importance of work over getting the numbers correct. And I don't want that for anybody. And it's easy for me to say, because I could stop everything right now and just focus on the numbers. And that's not really fair. But I kind of want you guys to be selfish in this sense and say, the only thing that matters is getting our bodies taken care of and make sure that we're good and healthy. It's that silly airplane thing. Take care of your mask, put it on you first, then take care of your child or whatever. And it really is. We're going to get these people healthy inside and outside, which is fun and cool. So I did some research. We did some research. We got the whole team doing it. Something I saw for a lot of people, skincare, right? Is there any more options for skincare than just the basic lotion and sunblock? And up until now, it's like take care of some collagen, try to take as much you can without being ridiculous, but feeding your body, and that way you got healthy skin. Man, they want to jump the fence. They want to go. Yeah. Look at the hair. They're in it. But there is uh-oh. Looks like your camera is unplugged. Wait a minute, guys. You can still hear me, right? All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so we were kind of going over our numbers. We were talking about that. We were talking about getting everybody on point with their nutrition, training, and blood work. But I wanted to talk about the skin was the main thing. So there is, I guess it looks like there's some peptides, and I'll try these first, and I'll try these for a couple months, and then I'll let you guys know. And or hopefully, let's be positive about this. Hopefully, I won't have to let you know. You guys will just go, holy Nikes, what is going on? Why does your skin look so good? Because that would be ultimate goal is for you guys to come back and go, your skin is looking very youthful and the peptide is working. Again, if you guys don't know what peptides are a full lineup of amino acids put together for different reasons or in different ways to stimulate your own natural body's production of collagen, healing, brain function, burning of fat, all these kind of different things. So it's a real cool concept. And again, it's amino acids, full lineup. So it's safe, which is great. I know that there was a time that people jumped into SARMs, and SARMs were something I never jumped into or thought about doing. And it finally comes out later that they were kind of risky and stuff. And so if you guys are thinking that peptides are similar to that, they're not. Also, if you're thinking about doing SARMs, don't. But do get the blood work and let's find out what we can do and can't do. Mona, we're starting with Mona. If you guys didn't know, I think Mona has her blood work next week. Again, we did the blood work a couple months back, but now what we're doing is we did our blood work. And I wanted to see this. I wanted to see what the blood work was like working outside of somebody like Transcend and then doing the blood work with Transcend to see what the differences are. And because I heard incredible information about how good Transcend was and how more in depth they go. And so this will be a real realization for me to see how further they go with their analysis of the blood work and what they find. So this will be good. Let's see if we can take a couple questions here as long as we are rocking and rolling. Oh, my pups out there are just going crazy. It's good to see.
Could you do this live in your Barry Manilow voice?
I could, except I would have to really think about what.
Take your wall
Oh!
down.
I don't know what a Barry Manilow voice would be. I remember his music, but that sounds like something Bobo would say. Oh, was that Bobo? Did he ask for that? I could see that.
What is your favorite American Gladiator game? Gauntlet, Powerball?
Powerball by far. Joust was fun because it was just me against one person up in front of it looks like okay, it's two guys doing a thing, but you are in front of a crowd on a pedestal, and the last thing you want to be is knocked into the water or even just lose. It's like, forget that. You're going to get pounded on the head with that pugil stick. And so it was pretty freaking cool. But Powerball, it just was so fun to just football. You're knocking the heads off the guys and you're letting them athletic ability with some space against you instead of a more locked into football field. Is much more room for a one-on-one battle. But I know that the fans' number one game was the Eliminator, because it was shooting the tennis balls. I'm setting one of those up in the new house.
Will you be doing a tryout this year? Or will you be doing and posting a tryout this year? I'm interested to know if anything has changed.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you said that, because yes, I will do a tryout at some point this year. But the big thing for me is I was talking about this, and I think I left off one key element. I said that I was going to do my nutrition plan, right? But I wasn't going to go into an extreme bodybuilding cut. I'm going to go into an extreme healthy cut with proper how do I say this without making it go, well, is it not healthy to cut up like a bodybuilder? Not really. It's,
Yeah.
but because you have to trick your body to release fat. And so you're training like a madman. Obviously you look incredible. You don't feel good. I'm going to do my nutrition in a point where I still have my carbs in there, fats, different types of protein. Definitely the red meat always stays in there because that's the best thing for the body. But also a lot of collagens and a lot of collagens, greens, fibers to keep the body in functioning well. They're going crazy out there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But something else I thought is that the cardio is not going to come into play. The cardio is going to stay very slim, and it's going to be the workouts twice a week. Now, I did say these kind of things, but I want you to fully understand that I'm not going to train more during the week. I'm going to take my 3 rest days. I will do 2 days with 2-a-days and then 1 day, but still get 3 full rest days. And I will never speed that up. If anything happens, I will cut some protein out. Does that mean I'll lose some strength and muscle? Sure, it will. But I'll still be able to test to see how much my body retains the muscle I have. Because that's, again, for all of you, we weight lift and we do our nutrition so we can get better, okay? To get better as we go. If this diet is anything, it is to just at least maintain what I possibly can and diet down in a way that I've never dieted before. So it's just testing myself. And then hopefully I'm going to add in some peptides that help it as we do that. So again, we're going to do this together so you guys can see it. There we go. There we go. Go for it. Go for it. He's got the terminology really, really well.
What is the peptide that influences skin and collagen? The recent one that they were talking about was something along the lines of GHK-CU, so GHK copper. So that's a topical.
It's weird to see copper and go, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because they talk about copper in the water is bad and all that.
But I'm going to be doing more research on that, and we're also going to talk to people at Transcend to get a deep dive to get all the information for you guys.
They're going to talk to us?
Yeah.
I love it.
We'll post that. It'll be a great video.
That will be a good one because that's something I want to do with the Transcend people. Thank you for that. Go for it.
What do you got?
Go for it.
I've been putting myself in a gaining phase for over a year. I feel like I've capped out on food. Any tips to increase the food? It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's pretty simple when it comes to the Titan meal plan. And then my best recommendation is I don't think there might be a part where, geez, Louise.